Happy Monday, fam! Today's topic on Motivation Monday is how to be beautiful. The first step in being beautiful is determine how you define beauty. Is beauty a outward appearance to you? Is beauty something that you find in the inside? What makes you beautiful? There was one time in my life where I just really did not feel like I was very beautiful. There was something that was missing, and people can tell you that you're beautiful. If you don't believe it yourself, then what does that really mean? So I had to go back and reevaluate what I thought was beautiful. What does beauty mean to me? How do I define beauty? To me, beauty is being able to accept who you are and to be confident in yourself enough to know that, this is me, which leads me to number 2. Accept yourself for who you are this very day. I learned that when I started to accept who I was, regardless of what was going on here or what may be going on with my body or what may be going on with my spirit at the moment, I had to really accept what was going on at that moment and not necessarily be content with it, because acceptance does not mean that you're content. So I had to just pretty much accept who I was at that very moment. Now, granted, I used to struggle with acne. Well, I still struggle with acne to some extent, but I really had a hard time growing up with acne, and I really didn't find myself to be very beautiful. But now, even when I do get my occasional breakout, I have to accept it for what it is. And it's just an occasional breakout. If I don't particularly like it, there are things that I should do to be proactive into making sure that it doesn't happen. It might be as simple as me changing my diet, or it may be as complex as me going to the dermatologist to figure out what's going on. But I have to be proactive about making those changes and just accept it for what it is at the moment and say, you know what, this is what I want to do to change it, and make those changes. I found that when I sat there and criticized myself, I wasn't doing anything to myself but hurting me even more, because there was nothing that was ever good enough for me. I never was good enough. My face was never good enough. My body was never good enough. My attitude was never good enough. I never was good enough for myself. And because I wasn't good enough for myself, I always felt like I always had to change who I was, constantly changing, constantly moving, constantly trying to be something that I'm not. And until I realized that I am beautiful and I'm confident enough to move in this world without having someone else define who I am and define what is beautiful, that's when I started really living for me. That's when I became very happy, and that's when I saw my beauty and I could appreciate the beauty in other people, which leads me to my third thing. Appreciate the beauty in everything else. Everything that God makes is beautiful. It's hard to sit there and believe that sometimes, because we're so judgmental. We judge every single thing, partly because we're shaped and molded by what we've been exposed to, our environment, societal views, our morals, our beliefs. All of those things are based on what we have been exposed to in life. So if we've never been told that we've been beautiful, or if we've never seen a spider as something of beauty and we've always been afraid of it, then we won't be able to recognize that it's actually beautiful. I changed my perception of beauty by being able to accept everything else for its beauty. Even the ugliest things to me, or things that I considered ugly before, I had to reevaluate, why is it ugly to me? Exactly why do I feel like that's ugly? That girl that we're picking on at school, is she really ugly, or are we saying that because we're hating? Or my ex's new girlfriend. Those are things that we always are like, oh, she's so ugly. Is she really ugly, or is it because it's not us? We have to realize why we are making those broad statements. What is it about us? Because it's really us. It's not them. It's us. Because remember, God doesn't make anything that's ugly. Everything that God makes is of beauty. So why do we have those feelings? So we have to reevaluate who we are. I had to reevaluate myself and really realize, like, it's me. I have the nasty attitude. I need to fix that. Number 4, accepting compliments is a part of being beautiful. To be able to accept a compliment. With me, there were times where I would be like, oh girl, you like my hair, these silly twists in my hair? Or for real, you like my lipstick, this old mess? Or oh, you think I look pretty today? You see that pimple, that big pimple in the middle of my forehead? Because I was dwelling on my insecurities, that's what people would see. They wouldn't even be able to see the beauty in me because I don't recognize that I'm beautiful. I didn't recognize that there were things about me that were beautiful. And if people see that beauty in you and they see it enough to compliment you, accept it. Say thank you. Say thank you with no excuses, with no long drawn out, oh, well, this is why. You don't owe them an explanation. You owe them a thank you. Lastly, the way to really be beautiful is to be confident enough to profess that you are indeed beautiful. There are some times where I will wake up in the morning and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so ugly. How will I be able to start my day off with a positive outlook on the world if I'm calling my own self ugly? It's tainted. It doesn't help anything. It hurts who I'm trying to be, and it hurts my perception of the whole world when I sit here and I degrade myself enough to say I'm ugly. So you have to be able to profess that you are beautiful. I am beautiful. My skin is radiant. My body is beautiful. I don't have to be conditioned to say I'm beautiful if this happens, because right now, this very day, I'm accepting who I am. So it's not about being beautiful when you lose 10 pounds or being beautiful when you get your long Beyonce weave in. It's not about that. It's about being beautiful right now, this very day, and accepting who you are, being confident enough to profess your beauty, being grateful enough to accept a compliment, having your own understanding of what beauty is. But I know that in order to be beautiful here, you have to be beautiful here, because this can change any day. This can go away. Beauty on the outside fades. Does that make you any less beautiful? And so that really goes back to defining what beauty is and how do you define it, how do you accept it, and knowing that God doesn't create anything that's not beautiful in this world. So we all are uniquely created. We all are beautiful creatures. We all are beautiful beings. And I just want to leave you all with two things. The first thing I want to share with you all is a young lady by the name of Lizzie Velasquez. She turned what was going to be considered her downfall to something so beautiful. She was labeled as one of the ugliest women in the world. I think she was labeled the ugliest woman in the world. And there is a video about her on YouTube that someone uploaded. It got over 4 million views. It was 8 seconds worth of no audio, just her face. And people were leaving comments on there like, do the world a favor, you should die, go burn yourself, you're ugly. I mean, it is outrageous what these people said to her and said about her. But instead of her taking that as, you know what, I need to die, they're right, I'm not beautiful, she turned it into something positive, and she's now a motivational speaker. She recently spoke at the TED convention in Austin, Texas, and I'll leave that link below. I think it's definitely worth looking at. I think it's worth viewing and kind of seeing where she's coming from. Physically, she might not be like anybody we've ever seen before. She has a very rare disease. She can't help who she is, you know? So it's kind of like, do we not talk to her? Do we ostracize her because she's not like us? Because she's not considered normal? Or do we still show her love, you know? And I feel like as a people, if we are going to say that we're beautiful and we have all these imperfections and flaws in our character and flaws even here, and we can accept who we are, why can't we accept the next person? So I wanted to leave you all with that. Like I said, I'll have her information in the description box below. The second thing I wanted to leave you all with is a verse from Proverbs 31:30. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. These words resonate in my mind that the outward is gonna go away, but someone who understands the power of God and knows that whatever he makes in this world is beautiful and understands his thoughts or strives to understand his thoughts and connect with him and be one with him and see the world as he would see it, that is worthy to be praised. That's the confidence that you need, because like I said, God doesn't make anything that's ugly. But likewise, his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. And so there's power in knowing that when you accept who God is and you accept that he is the creator of all things and he has power to move mountains, to make universes, to make our lives that much better, and we accept him, that means that because he's in us, we have the power to do the same things. So you can tell me I'm ugly, you can tell me I'm not worthy, you can tell me I'm not worth it, but with God on my side, what can you really do? There's no one army that can stop me, you know? So I wanted to leave you all with that motivation today. I would love to know how you all define beauty. What is your definition of beauty? Definitely leave that in the comment section below. If you found this video to be helpful, definitely share, support. Also check out the other links that I have listed below so you can get some more from that. And don't forget that I motivate on Mondays here, but I am talking and motivating everywhere else all these other days. Make sure you all are following me on my social media networks. I'll have those below as well. And until next Monday, fam, peace. When you're thankful for it all, when you are thankful for it all, then you have no reason to ever complain. And when you don't complain, that means your life is so good that you don't have to say a word.